Hey y'all, happy holidays. Hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. My Tuesday has been pretty good. Tonight we're going to be working with our diode lasers. Now I am going to preface this by saying I think we're going to be using the WeCreate, maybe I think, but we have the WeCreate out. I have the xTool F1 out, and I also have the Glowforge Aura out. Um, and we are going to be cutting. We're going to be making a Stanley Cup topper using some acrylic. But we're going to talk a little bit about acrylic and diode lasers because I've heard people say, oh, I can't cut acrylic with my laser, and you have a diode laser. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and just which type of laser is right for you. Some of the pros and cons about those lasers. But hey, y'all, happy holidays. I'm Patrice. This is Craftable Things, and we like to craft a lot of different things. As y'all see, those are just 3 of my lasers there. I have about 3 more lasers, and I recently gifted 2 lasers away. So, oh, hey, balloons. I love lasers, but lasers are very serious. You really have to follow all safety protocols when using a laser, whether it's a diode laser or a CO2 laser. I also like to do embroidery. I like to work with my Cricut machines, my Caesar Romeo, my Starcraft. I love to bling. I don't know if there's anything else that I do. I don't know. I do a lot of stuff because I just like to make things. So if this is your first time here, please be sure to check out the other content. If you enjoy that content, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and check us out there too. But hey, everybody, I'm going to just let you guys know that the chat has tons of information. So if you have a question, anybody in the chat can answer it because I often don't look very closely at the chat. And it's not that I am intentionally ignoring the chat, it's just a few things. So if I am working on something and I am looking down and not really looking at the chat can sometimes go very quickly and I don't see it. So if you come in a little bit later and I don't speak to you or acknowledge your question, just know that I'm probably doing something. Now, there are times when somebody says something a little bit, they should just keep that to themselves because we all don't know how to keep things to ourselves at times, me included. So sometimes when I see something like that, I will intentionally ignore it unless I'm on with Marilyn, Eve, or Delonda, or even Dimps, and they read the comment out loud, and then I have to address it. But other than that, when I'm by myself, I will skip over it. So just know that I don't take anything personal, but just that question or comment is just not going to get any acknowledgement. But y'all, I hope you guys are all in the Christmas spirit. If you don't celebrate Christmas and you're here hanging out with us, that's perfectly fine. This live is not dedicated towards Christmas. It's not, even though I have on this happy holiday set. Y'all, I got to show y'all my happy holidays outfit. Now, I wore this to work today. Today was our what is it, the white elephant gift exchange. I wore this to work today, y'all. Look how cute it is. It's like a little jumper and it says happy holidays. I had to get this. I had to get it. And then look at the back. I'm just showing you guys the back. Look at the back, the red and white stripes. Isn't that the cutest? This is like the cutest thing. My friends all thought I was crazy for loving this and wanting to wear it, but I absolutely love it. So let me see who's here because we're going to get started because I can't see on too late. So I'm a little bit sleepy. Maybe a lot sleepy, but I'm tired. Hey, Miss Rosalind McElveen. Happy Tuesday. Hey, Miss Gail. Welcome in. Hey, Miss Sandra. Welcome. Hey, Mare Bear. Hey, girl. I was actually going to call you and see if you wanted to come and do a little bit of laser. So I pulled out the xTool F1, which for me, I think is a more portable laser. I don't use it often. In fact, I haven't used it in a while. But I was very curious to see like the settings because the other night Evie Evie's F1 was not cutting through her material. And so I wanted to see, like, you know, test out a few things to see what would cut and what wouldn't cut. I've cut wood with mine, but I wanted to just check to see, like, you know, thicker woods. I wasn't sure which wood she used, but I just wanted to check it out and see. But I haven't bro, we'll probably, I know we're going to be probably doing lasers on Friday because I think Delonda's going to hang out with me, and we're going to be cutting some more acrylic and maybe making a Stanley Cup topper because y'all know B is for Belonda. So she got to make her one. Hey, DB, welcome. Hey, Nomi, welcome in. For all my members here, thanks so much for being a member on this channel. I appreciate that extra support from my subscribers. Thank you guys too for subscribing to this channel. Oh no! Oh, we're going to use the Glowforge today. No, we said we're using the Glowforge today. Hey y'all! Hey Dr. Johnson. Hey Miss Zelda Brown. Hey Shamika. Hey Rondria. Creative Notions. Hey Darika. Hey Cheryl Green. Hey Dempsey Boo. Hey Shay Shay. Shay Shay, I see you've been in your WeCreat laser cutting era. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the lasers that I have here. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. I'm gonna scroll down so we can get started, so I don't be here all night. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Hey, Rachel. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. But, you know, we will definitely catch up. I promise. Delonda Patrice. Hey there. 36 months, Miss Sandra. Girl, that's a long time. That is a long time. In fact, it's our anniversary. That's 3 years. Wow. Thank you so much, Miss Sandra, for being a part of the channel for 3 long years. That is amazing. Amazing. Thank you. All right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into this laser situation? Now, I have tons of acrylic here. On my desk, I have acrylic over here. In fact, I ordered some acrylic on Friday from this local place called Cerulean Tides. I have a link listed below to their website. They have tons of laser. They also have stained wood. If you're interested in getting any stained wood, they have stained wood, different colors. They can also customize the wood for you. So if there's a pattern or anything that you want on the wood, they can also do that. I learned that today when I went to pick up my acrylic order that I had, and it's not even a lot of acrylic that I ordered. They UV print also on wood. So there's so many different things that they can do. Of course, those things cost a different fee as opposed to their, you know, regular inventory or stock. But that is something that they do now. Okay. And they've actually moved into a nice facility. It's nice. It's nice. I've been getting wood from them for 3 years now. And just to see the growth, the person, it's woman owned, and she was a school teacher here locally. And then, like, maybe about 4 years ago, right before the pandemic, she started selling acrylic because she had a Glowforge. Now I don't even think she uses the Glowforge anymore. She has industrial lasers now. But she started with her Glowforge, and then I guess that, you know, she wanted to start selling or supplying acrylic to people like us who need it. And she has been flourishing. The new place looks amazing. Amazing. So I have other acrylic here. We're going to look at different acrylic, what cuts, what won't cut with a diode laser, because I know a lot of people think that with a diode laser you can't cut acrylic, but you can cut acrylic. You just can't cut all acrylic. Okay, so the CO2 laser, one of my CO2 lasers, that one right there, Gaston, that is an xTool P2 CO2 laser. It's got a CO2 dot. It's a CO2 laser. Okay, it's more powerful. It can cut through thicker materials, more materials than a diode. A diode laser, what generally happens is that it requires multiple passes to cut certain thick materials, which, you know, for that, I think sometimes those materials could actually burn. I've had materials burn in my diode laser before. So you just have to be, you know, you have to be careful. You always have to watch. Maryland has a fire blanket, and I really need to get a fire blanket because you just never know when some material is going to catch on fire. Also, a lot of the material comes like coated, like this has like a plastic coating on it. This came from cerulean ties, and this, however, is you can use this inside of your laser with the plastic coating on top of it. But this is like you see, this is a mirror. It's so there's different types of acrylic. Now we're going to talk a little bit about what acrylics, you know, don't cut. And then we'll test out a few pieces so that you guys can see. And then we're going to jump into Silhouette Studio and maybe make a quick topper so that we can cut it out and, you know, see how that's going to look. But clear acrylics, those are acrylics that are clear or transparent. Hey, Miss Linda. Hey, Robin S. and Diane. Hey, Kelly. So okay, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any. Hey, you and Greg and Barb. All right, I'm just going back. All right, so clear acrylics. Those are acrylics that are transparent. Like you can see through it. So if you put your hand on the back of that acrylic, you're going to see your hand. Okay, you're going to see through it. So those acrylics do not cut. A diode laser is not powerful enough to really melt it. Like the beams go straight through. It doesn't melt the acrylic. So I'm going to show you. I put a few in just so that we could see it and how it cuts. I'm going to move some of this acrylic. These acrylic pieces, all of these acrylic pieces came from Cerulean Tides. I've ordered tons of acrylic from them over the years. I have ordered acrylic from Amazon. I have. But I don't, you know, for the most part, I love their acrylic. Now, these are some pieces that I ordered today, Friday. And you guys see how these are clear? These are from Cerulean Ties, and they have like little hearts in them. This will not cut with a diode laser. I can put this in my CO2 laser, the xTool P2 over there, or my Glowforge, and it will cut this material perfectly fine. However, if I put it into the WeCreat or the Glowforge Aura, it's not going to cut through it. Okay, so a lot of people, and from what I've experienced, CO2 lasers are great at engraving. You can engrave or mark onto certain metals with certain CO2, with certain diode lasers, and they have interchangeable laser heads that will allow, like the infrared, you can engrave onto metal. CO2 lasers, you can't really engrave onto it. You can do what you call is marking. They have certain spray, like Surmark spray. You can spray it on there and then put it in the laser and it'll mark it. Kind of like how when you do the armor edge, but it's more so with like a spray, almost like a spray paint, but it's not really a spray paint. You can also use a marking mask. So they have different colors of, like, it looks very thin like paper. It's almost applied exactly like how you apply water slide. So you will apply it to the top of whatever material it is that you're going to be marking, and it will mark it. Let me see if I could show you guys. So I did that the other, maybe like a month or two ago with my with Bell, which is my Glowforge Pro, which is a CO2 laser. And that one, I'm just going to see if I can find a picture of it, of what it looked like. So I'm going to show you guys this. So I did a plaque for somebody at the school. And you guys see that? It looks like it's engraved, right? It looks like it's engraved, but it's not actually engraved. So what I did was I placed this metal frame inside of the Glowforge, and I put a piece of masking on it. So this is it's called marking paper. I have a piece right here. I ripped it and I threw it over there, so I knew exactly where it was. So this is what the marking paper looks like, right? It looks just like paper, but very similar to how you will soak water slide paper in water. You would soak this into water, and then you would place it on top, like it's the backing slides off, and then you're left with this, and then you place that on top of whatever metal piece you have, and then you go ahead and you engrave on top of it. Once you engrave on top of it, then you get, you'll get a nice, and you guys see it, like you guys can't really see good, but the text engraved, it marked it very, very nicely. Okay. And it comes off with water, like the rest of the paper, the remaining parts of the paper that was not in contact with the laser. All you do is, rub it with water and it comes off. Okay. So that's marking. Okay. And that's more so like what you would have to do with the CO2 laser. You can do the same thing with a diode, but there are different laser heads where you can actually engrave onto metal with, with the diode laser. So you got the marking mask Maryland. It works really good. As you like in my picture, as you guys see, it works really, really good. I've used it several times when doing these little metal plaques. I just find it super easy, and I do like the outcome of it. So it turns out really good. Okay. I'll WeCreat. Hold on a second. Oh, hey Brandon. Oh no, Miss Gill. I hope everything is okay. Hey, Sis Marcel. Hey, Sis Marcel. All right. All right, guys. All right, so we talked a little bit about the marking and kind of some of the differences. CO2 laser is more powerful. Depending on where you live and the CO2 laser that you have, you may have to do a little more work with it. Like I know some of them require antifreeze. You may have to put water in it. You may have to do a lot of different things depending on the laser that you have. I don't have to do either with the Glowforge Pro. Super easy to use. And then the xTool, because I stay in Florida, I don't have to worry about all that extra stuff. But the difference between a few of the lasers, like the Glowforge lasers, I will say they're kind of like the Cricut of the laser industry. They're very easy to use. The software is super easy to use. It is a web-based software. It's not an app that you can download onto your computer, but it's a web-based app. And it's super easy, for me at least, I think that it's super duper easy to use. Okay, so that's one of the key things with the Glowforges. Now, none of the Glowforge lasers can engrave onto tumblers or anything like that. So that's one of the downsides of getting a Glowforge. Now, if you don't have any intention on ever doing a tumbler, engraving onto a tumbler, then you can get a Glowforge. But you also have to remember, like, you want to make sure that you get the right type of tumblers for engraving. The diode lasers, both the xTool has several diode lasers. So I've had the D1, I've had the M1, I have the F1, there's another, I can't remember. So I've had quite a few of the xTool diode lasers. All of those can engrave onto tumblers. Okay, they all come with the rotary attachment. If it doesn't come with the rotary attachment, you can purchase the rotary attachment, and that's how you'll be able to engrave onto tumblers. Okay, now the WeCreat has been around for maybe about a year now. They're fairly new to the laser industry. So before it was more so like you have your Omtech, you have your Aeon, you have those are the major hitters in lasers. Okay, the lasers that most of these companies are doing now, like some of these companies and newer companies are doing now, they're more so, targeting home-based businesses, crafters, and that sort of clientele, that demo. Okay, that's who they're mainly targeting. All right, so the WeCreat, they have a few lasers out now on the market, and their lasers also can engrave onto tumblers because they also come with the rotary attachment. Okay, right now, I don't think that there's a CO2 WeCreat laser. I think they've only really focused on diode. So, and it's kind of similar like how Glowforge only had their CO2 laser, and then xTool came out with tons of CO2 lasers, and then now, Glowforge has two diode lasers. So that's, how that goes. But nonetheless, this clear acrylic cannot be cut with your diode. And I know somebody's going to ask, well, can you put a masking on it? Can you cover it? No, because once it penetrates that first layer, like, so let's say we had a masking on top, once it penetrates that, it's going to hit the clear acrylic. So that beam is not going to be able to go through it. Okay, I'll show you guys what that will look like, because I did a few so that you guys can see it. Okay. Another thing that it's not going to be able to cut is onto this glass. So this is like the mirror acrylic, right? So I showed you guys another mirror acrylic too, the purple. Yeah, please be safe. All right, so these are mirrored acrylics, okay? Tons of colors. Cerulean ties has tons of colors, but not just cerulean ties. A lot of different people have different, colors of mirrored acrylic. So these pieces here, they won't cut with your diode lasers, okay? So we have the clear, and I'm gonna keep this because I want to make something with this, but not with the diode, of course. Then I have, this is another piece, like this is like a frosted type of, like this one is kind of frosted. That's not gonna cut either. So you want to look for acrylic that is opaque, okay? And what I mean by opaque is that it's solid. You cannot see through it. You can't see any other color variations with it. It needs to be a solid color, okay? Like this one right here. This one is, this is a glitter acrylic. It's called Confetti Bomb, and I got this also from Cerulean Ties. And this particular acrylic, you cannot cut through this one. And you can't see, remember how I said, you can't see, if you can see your hand through the acrylic, it's not going to cut. But you see, it's all that glitter, all that, it's not, it doesn't cut it. And I know that it doesn't cut it because I actually tried to cut it with the diode, and it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. So that was not good. Okay. I'm going to get a few more. So I showed you guys mirrored acrylic, the glitter acrylic, and some of the clear acrylic with the confetti. All right. These are other pieces. You guys see how you guys can see me through here. That's not going to cut with the diode. That's not going to cut with the diode. Anything that is see-through. So with Cerulean Ties, they put the masking on here. A lot of different companies will send it with masking on it. Oh, I need to go get that red. I had some red that I wanted to cut. I'm gonna cut the new red that I got. Like this one, this is like a funky type of color. This is a fluorescent color. I'm not sure if this fluorescent color will cut. I haven't tried out the fluorescent colors yet to see if it will cut in a diode laser, but I'm not really gonna cut this one out tonight. I can let you guys know another time whether or not it cuts, because I want to cut a piece of it off before I do that. Hey, Jess and Deborah Garrett. Hey, everybody that came in, if I missed you. Okay, so this is the transparent. This is the clear. This is the clear acrylic right here. I need to see if, so I think I have a 20 ounce. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be really quick. We're gonna go in Silhouette Studio in a second. After we look at some of the acrylic, we'll go into Silhouette Studio. We're gonna cut more acrylic on Friday with the Londa. So you see how clear that is? That's not gonna cut with your diode. This is not going to cut with your diode at all. Okay, it's not gonna cut it through. It's not gonna cut it through. Now, sometimes certain acrylics, the cut setting is almost like it engraves onto the material, but it does not penetrate it to cut it all the way through. Hey, Marta. I have tons of clear acrylic. This is all clear. I have tons of clear acrylic because I like clear acrylic. So you need to know when you're getting your lasers whether or not you want to cut clear acrylic with it. Okay, because there's different things you can do with clear acrylic. So you need to know if that's something based on your business or your crafting needs or whatever, if you need to cut clear acrylic. Now, there are services out there of people who will cut custom shapes and images for you. Okay, there are businesses that will do that, right? Like this is not going to cut with that diode. That's not going to cut. That's like a smoky gray. Try this is another clear, but this is a thinner piece. So another thing with cerulean tides, they sell different acrylic blanks and based on their thickness. Like this is 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so this is a little bit thinner than the other ones. Then I had another one that was 1/8 of an inch. Like they have different. So this one is a little more decorative. You guys see how that one looks? This is acrylic too. But this one, I don't think that this will cut. Can you guys see my hand through it? You can't really see my hand through it. I'm not sure if it will cut it or not. I have never tried it with it. I don't think it will, but it is worth trying. I'm just not going to try it tonight because this is not going to fit into the bed of the WeCreat. Okay, it's too wide for the bed in the WeCreat. So I would have to kind of cut it a little bit so that it could fit. So this one, but I'll try this one out in the diode. It seems like it's, it's not see-through or anything like that, but it's still a little bit funny. Hey, Laura. Hey, Laura. All right, so I think I have more clear acrylic. Okay, so this one may be a white acrylic. So this is frosted milky white. This one is frosted milky white. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. White does not cut either. Okay, white does not cut either. When you're getting your material, you want to test your things out. I only know most of the stuff that I know about it because I tested things out. I've wasted things because it's better to waste a little than to waste a lot. It's better to waste a little than to put a whole piece of acrylic inside of the machine. Acrylic is not cheap. So it's better to test it out a little bit than to say, okay, it's going to cut it and you put it in. And then now you have something, a ruined piece of acrylic because it's going to ruin your acrylic. You're not going to get anything out of it. It's going to ruin it. Okay. So this is the frosted milky white. That's not going to cut through. And I do like to keep the masking on because, again, with cerulean tides, this is laser safe. Okay. And it does prevent any burns or anything like that. So I do like to do that. All right. So, this is like a reflective piece right here. So this is a reflective piece. So my Glowforge can cut it, my xTool can cut it, but my diode will not be able to cut this. It won't be able to cut this. But like something like this, you can create like custom mirrors and things like that with stuff like this. You can do custom mirrors. This is another glitter piece. And another thing that I want to say, like if you're getting like acrylic or even wood, depending on the thickness, you don't want to like have it when you store it. You don't want to like have it up because this kind of got a little bit distorted. And what happens is that when you put it in your machine, it's now not flat, right? It has like a little curve to it. Can you guys see it? It has a little curve to it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to end up cutting this in half with either one of the lasers or with another machine to cut it in half to kind of be able to use the pieces because that will throw your autofocus off or your focus off, whichever you use, okay? We didn't discuss any tape or anything, but we'll talk about like tape that I use. Like this is double-sided adhesive right here. And that works when you can stick it onto, you can just put it on top and it'll stick. See, like this, it's curved. That curve is messing my stuff up. All right, so we got to this one. So I did this earlier because I wanted you guys to see what happens when you try to cut onto white acrylic or even clear acrylic or any other type of acrylic. I have another piece that I'm going to show you guys. So I tried to cut this out. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, go down. I tried to cut that out, and that is 3 passes, and it did not cut it out. Look at the back. It did not hit anything anywhere near the back, right? So that's not, this is white. So just know you cannot do white acrylic. You also won't be able to do so. This is like another kind of frosted. And again, remember I said it needs to be opaque. You can't be able to see through it. And look, you can see my hands through it. This one, I think I tested this out like maybe a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think we were on a live and we were testing out more acrylic. And you guys see how that it just scores it. It really just started to burn it. But it did not cut it through. You can see how the back started burning, but it did not cut it through. So this is what you don't want because it can catch fire. Okay, so you don't want this. Yes, Barb. I store all my acrylic flat. Yeah, because it will warp. It will start to like kind of bend. So I do store it, yeah, all flat. Hey Nini. Thank you, Vera. If you cover it with a dark paper, would it cut? No, just it won't cut because once it actually penetrates that top layer of the mask that will be on top of it, it's still going to hit it. And what happens is that those beams can't go all the way through the acrylic. So that's the problem. The beams, the laser beam won't go all the way through the acrylic. So the white, it doesn't work with white. It doesn't work with this type that's transparent. Certain blues, it won't cut certain blues. But tonight we're going to cut a blue, so you'll see how that will cut. I'm going to actually cut a different blue. I'll show you more, like something else. Like this one, this is not going to cut through because it's still. So anything that you can see through, no. Anything that you can see through, no. Like this one, to see. And so these are all, if it says like transparent, like this is a Glowforge proof grade material. And it says that this is transparent. It's not going to cut it. Now, Glowforge has like any material that can be cut with the Glowforge aura. Glowforge has it in the size of the bed of the Glowforge aura. Okay, so like this is for the Pro or the other or the Plus or whatever other Glowforge, the actual CO2s. But if you wanted to get it for the Diode, the aura, or the spark, I think it's the spark or the aura, then they'll have it cut based on the size of the bed of that machine. So then, you're more comfortable knowing that it's fine. You'll be able to use it. But transparent will not work in any of the diode lasers. It will not cut it. And I don't want you guys to waste your money. Like if you intend on cutting clear acrylic, you're going to have to get a CO2 laser. You're going to have to get a CO2. All right, so this is another transparent piece. I have a lot of transparent, y'all. I love, because you can kind of do medium clear acrylic. Now these are Glowforge, and with Glowforge, another thing that about Glowforge that I like is that Glowforge kind of makes it easier for you when you're using their machines. That's why I said Glowforge is kind of like the Cricut of the laser industry, because all you have to do is put this into your Glowforge, and the camera is going to detect the QR code, and it's going to adjust your settings in the software. So you won't have to worry about trying to figure out settings for this material, with the proof grade material. Now, with Cerulean Tides, if you guys do go on Cerulean Tides, I don't have an affiliate link or anything with Cerulean Tides, but I do like Cerulean Tides. I love Cerulean Tides. With Cerulean Tides, they have like in their listing, I don't know if they still do, but in their listing, they will tell you the recommended settings for your material if you're using like a Glowforge. So that way you'll be able to know. But now they've got, they've expanded so much. I don't know if they really focus on using those materials, providing all of that information, because I haven't really looked at that in a while. This is more clear. When I tell you I love me some clear acrylic, and this isn't even all of my acrylic. I just brought it out so that I could show you guys some of the stuff. Now this is black acrylic. This should cut fine with the diode. We may have to do multiple passes, but this should cut fine with the diode laser. This is black acrylic. Okay, so let's look at a little bit more of the colors. So this is a blue acrylic. Oh my goodness, Miss Gail. Thank you, Rachel, for letting me know. All right. Talk about being in the the right place at the right time. Greg, that is so awesome. And that was so nice of you. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Aww. That is awesome. So now, Miss Gail, you can come to So Good since you're going to have an embroidery machine. That will be awesome. Congratulations. That's so sweet. Talk about the Christmas spirit. I love it. Or just a giving spirit. Thank you. I'm not going to cry on the live. So, oh, that's so nice. You know, I'm telling you, it doesn't, it means a lot when people are just genuinely kind and good people. It really means a lot. Like you can, that's just something that like you can't fake that. Wow. All right, y'all. So we are going to try to cut this. Thank you, Gina. Welcome. Thank you for being here and subscribing. All right, so we're gonna try to cut this with the diode. Now I got this acrylic to cut it with either the Glowforge or the P2, but we're gonna try to cut it with the diode. I'll show you another piece that I've cut. So I know certain blues do cut well with it. And then I have this red. Y'all know I had to get some red. I have another piece of red. I don't really want to waste this red. This red is called Sangria Red from Cerulean Tides. And I do get a lot of material from Glowforge too. So this is like maybe like a deeper red. It's not transparent. It's not reflective. It's not a mirror. So we're gonna try both of these. All right, we're gonna head into the software, I was about to say Leonardo, into Silhouette in a minute. So this is a purple. Purple cuts perfectly fine with the diode laser. This is a black piece. I'm gonna keep this black out because we'll just use this black if I show you guys black. Black cuts perfectly fine with it. I have this, like this is another piece of purple. We have like this blue cuts. The diode cut that. Let me see what else. So this is the piece I cut this blue out here. Not Shay Shay wondering if I will use our name Wilson. Not Shay Shay saying that. Rondrick, our crafting community is definitely top tier. Definitely top tier. Definitely top tier. So this was cut with the diode laser. So this is like a Stanley cup topper that would go like here. This is the 14-ounce cup. So it fits pretty good. I do have a link listed to an Etsy shop that has like the listing that I'm going to be using that has the, if you want to make a Stanley cup topper. So that could go there like that. And then you could put your, whatever you want. So it does fit. The only thing I do think that my CO2 is like a lot cleaner. I don't know if you guys could see like the edge. I do feel like it's a lot cleaner. Now I had to do 3 passes with this material. I had to do 3 passes with this material, but it was perfectly fine. It worked out pretty good. I may try to do 3 passes with the other. Green also cut really good. So let me show you these. So you guys see these. So these little pieces right here are all acrylic. And I made this the other night. And all of these cut with the diode laser. So we had the red, we had like a peach pink color, that turquoise, purple, and green. All of that cut with the diode laser. This is all acrylic. This is wood. Merriam Bright is wood, but the lights, that is acrylic. Okay, so no, you can't cut clear acrylic. You can't cut this cute like confetti type of acrylic, glitter acrylic, but you can cut opaque or solid colors. Okay, you can cut that with your machines. All right. And this is a no because this is more so like a glass color. Let me get these two out. And then we're going to get ready to get started in a second. So this is one time. So when I first got the WeCreat, this was actually a year ago because Miss Harris's birthday was a year ago. It's in December. So I went ahead to do it with this, and I wanted to cut it out. It didn't cut out. So it was my settings. So when I changed the settings, it cut it out perfectly fine. And that was done with the diode laser. If you guys look at the other video I had, I think you probably will see it in the WeCreat unboxing video that I did. Because I think I did that in the unboxing video. So I'll put this over here. I know that one will cut. We have others like this. This is a blue. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's a blue. This may or may not cut. We can test it out and see. Okay. I mean, the colors that we know will cut, your red, your solid red, purple, turquoise, or teal, green, those cut. But I think this is black right here. Yeah, this is another black piece. I'm not going to waste my black acrylic, y'all. Let me see what else. It's just some of the like prettier colors, like the frosted colors, you're not going to be able, or the mirror colors, you're not going to be able to get. So this is like a purple. Okay, so this is an orange from Glowforge. We can maybe put this over here to test that out and see if it cuts. It should. It's not going to cut this. This is another blue. We have a green, but I think this is no, this one should cut that green, but so remember, you don't want anything that is transparent, meaning it can be seen through. You don't want anything like that. This red looks a little bit transparent to me, but I'm gonna check it out and see. It's more so frosted, I think. It's a little frosted. So it may not be good. It's not, yes, it's transparent. I can see my little finger through there. All right, we're gonna get ready to get started. Most of these are opaque, so we should be fine with using these. This one still looks, this is a little transparent. You guys see. So it's that, like, you have to here. Now the lighter colors, some will work, some won't work. Like these work fine. This must be the red that I used. This is a red. This is another teal. So we'll cut that. Let me yellow. Let's try this yellow too, because I don't think I've had a good experience with yellow, but xTool sent me yellow acrylic when they sent me one of the lasers that they sent to me, and I don't know which, I don't remember if it works with it well or not. So both of my Glowforge, I purchased the Glowforge Pro like 3 years ago. I purchased that one. The xTool P2, the WeCreat, the Glowforge Aura, and I have a, what is this one? A mom port. Like all of the other lasers were given to me for review. Okay, just so that you guys know, be very clear. But the Glowforge Pro, which is my baby, which is Bill, she's still up and kicking. That one was purchased by me. All right, let me add. I'm gonna add a silhouette to the stage. So we're gonna go ahead and create a We're gonna create a topper for my 30. I have a 40-ounce Stanley, a 30-ounce Stanley, and this 14-ounce Stanley. Now, if you want to create a topper, you need to know what size lid you have, especially if you just want to go pull a template. Now, you can get these dimensions yourself. Okay, you don't have to use one of these. You can get your dimensions yourself. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these tonight because it's a lot easier. Maybe in a members Zoom or live, I'll show how to use how to get them yourself, or how to set it up yourself and what steps I use to do that. All right, I'm going to. I think that this light purple might actually cut. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to try it tonight with y'all. Okay. So let's get ready. I have so many more colors, but we're going to do, the key thing, y'all, is to make sure that your acrylic is solid. Okay. My friend, she purchased all this acrylic even after I told her it's not going to cut clear acrylic. I told her that. She went and purchased all of this acrylic. So guess what she ended up doing, because she purchased all of this. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars worth of acrylic. She ended up going to get her CO2 laser right after getting the diode laser. So it's important to know exactly what you want to do before you make these purchases. All right, so let's go in here. I'm going to actually pull up the dimensions so that I can make sure I have the right size. So this is the file right here, the 30 ounce and the 20 ounce. And here are the measurements. So here they tell you like what your measurements should be. So close about 2.8 inches in height for all of them. If you guys look here, it tells you this is the file that I purchased from Etsy. They have the dimensions as far as the height and what the height is. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna grab my measuring tape just so that I can see like what the circumference is of the top of the 30 ounce. Okay, so I'm just measuring. If you guys can see, I'm just measuring just to see about how it's about 3 inches wide. So I know that I don't want it to, whatever I design on top of it, I don't want it to go over 3 inches. Okay. All right. So which one do we want to use? Hey, Carrie Crafts. Awesome, Miss Gail. Hey, Miss Lena Doyle Crafting. All right. So these are some of the bases of the Stanley Cup topper. Now I'm going to go ahead and just get this one. There's different things you can do. And then I am going to, let's make 2. Okay. So I'm going to get this one. And then I'm also going to get, let's do this one here. All right. So I'm going to move these over here because I don't really need them anymore. And then I'm going to fill them in for now, just so I can see them a little bit better. And if you don't know, I'm working inside of Silhouette Studio and I'm using the business edition. And because I'm using the business edition, I'll be able to export these outside of Silhouette Studio and open them up in any software that I want. Now, to be honest, I generally design inside of Adobe Illustrator. Like even these toppers that I've done like this past week, I did all that strictly inside of Adobe Illustrator. But you can totally get the same thing done inside of Silhouette. So let me just look at the height and make sure the height is 2.886. That's 2.885. It's fine. I'm not going to adjust it. The same thing for here, still 2.885. So now I know that it came in with the correct dimensions. Okay. So we're good on that. Now the next thing I want to do for this one, when you're creating designs like this for lasering, you have to remember that you're going to be creating layers. Okay, so you'll need to create your layers. Hey, Diane, good night. You need to create layers. So you need to have an idea of what you want it to look like. So right now, I already know that this little flower right here is going to be the base of the topper for me. Okay, so now I'm just going to layer everything else on top. So I'm going to put a Z on top. Okay, and then let me do a capital Z. And then I'm going to change that font. So let's maybe make it bigger. I'm going to go here to the text style panel, and we're going to change that font. Now, I like this like Barbie font that I used for my other student. So we're going to make this in the same way because it's so cute. Which one is it? I don't think it's called Barbie. I have to find it now. It has like the whole little Barbie look to it. I may have to go into Adobe to find it. Blonde. I think it says something like blonde. Let's see. Where is it? Maybe it's without an E. It should be here. I'm gonna have to go inside of Adobe. Sorry, guys. I don't remember what the font is. No, I don't want that one. When you use so many fonts, you can't remember the name of the fonts. All right, let's see. All right, let me just do a quick. See where like how that R is? That's what I want to do. I want to do that one. Let me see. Hopefully it'll come up. Hey Fifi, I got the baby's stocking. When are you coming by? All right, let's see. And generally I will design in here. All right, let's see what the font is. Absolute Bond. I typed that in. It didn't even come up. All right, so it's Absolute Bond. That's why I didn't go up far enough. Okay. So let's change it here. Yes. All right. So I'm going to fit this on top, and I just don't want it to go, you know, I want it to kind of extend a little bit past here. But I also have to take into consideration the top part and the opening for the straw. That's the opening for the straw. Okay. So I'm going to just take this up. We're going to maybe move it up just a little bit like that. I don't like the Z, but we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to ungroup it. So that way I can see the actual size, and it's about 2.5 inches high by 1.8 or 1.7 inches wide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to, okay, that's going to be good. All right, we're good. I don't need to do anything else to it. It's perfect. But the next thing I do want to do is I want to create an offset around it. And so that's what we're going to make. We're going to make an offset. I'm going to reduce that offset to like a 0.06. Let's see. Do I like that one? Maybe 0.04. Maybe 0.05. Let's see. All right, it doesn't have to be a major offset, right? So let's click apply. And so this is going to be the offset. I'm going to change that color to, let's change that color to pink. And then I'm going to change the color of the back flower to, let's change that to black. Let's see. Shay, you missed a lot, girl. Oh, I dropped my earring. Did y'all see I have on my cute earrings from Oregon? That is so cute for my outfit. Very Christmassy. Looks very, very Christmassy. All right, so, let me undo this. I don't want to do that just yet. So these two pieces are not together right here. So I'm going to right click and just make that into a compound path. Because the circle and the flower shape, they weren't already made into a compound path. They were two individual pieces. They are so cute, Shay. Yes, I saw them. Super duper cute. Super. All right, so we have our flower here, and we have our initial. And so I think this is going to be good for us for now. We're going to stick with this. I don't want that. Let me see if I kind of, why can I grab this? All right, I'm just gonna kind of turn it a little bit like that. I think it needs a little, it kind of doesn't look like the flower anymore because of that thing, but we're gonna go with it. It might be cute. All right, so we're done with that one, right? Now, depending on what you want to do, let's say if you wanted to kind of put a name in here to have it engrave the name on the acrylic, you can do that too. So let's say if we did, let me do if you did, I think she has an apostrophe in her name. I don't remember, I think. So let's say we did that, right? And we want to maybe create a part that's engraved. So I'm turn this like this, right? I mean, it could go that way. I think I wanted to go that way so that when you see it from the side, it's going from top to bottom. Everybody does things a little bit differently. I like stuff to go from top to bottom. That's like my preference instead of bottom to top. Now we can change that text to, let's change it to, we're going to change to cheerleader or maybe lemon. I think I might like cheerleader better though. So let's say we're going to put it here. Let me make this a little bit bigger. That DM is a trigger. All right, so we're going to put it here. And we're going to bring it down. And I'm going to bring it down here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. All right. All right. So I'm going to leave it this. Now, another thing you can do, depending on how thick you want it, you can add a stroke to your text. Like you can make it thicker so that, you know, you can have thicker letters. And then that, of course, makes your engrave thicker too. Okay. Now, some acrylic has like, it's two-toned acrylic. So when you engrave it, let's say you have black acrylic, when you engrave it, you might get pink on the inside. So it's black on the outside, but inside it's pink. So some acrylic like that, you still want to test that out because you're not sure if all of that can engrave and, you know, be cut too. But depending, this is just going to engrave it. It's going to look ash. It's just going to look ashy, okay? So we have Zamaria's done. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to right click. I'm going to ungroup this. And then I'm going to make that into a compound pad. And then I'm just going to group this and the blue together because that's going to cut and engrave on the same piece. So I'm going to group that together. Now, when I bring it into the software, it might automatically do this, you know, it might automatically group everything together. But for now, we're just going to leave this. And this is going to be what we have for Zamari. So I'm going to select this. And we're going to do a save selection. Because I only want to save that. I'm going to save it to the hard drive. And I'm going to save this as Zamaria Topper. And then we're going to put this as an SVG. I'm going to save it as an SVG. Well, that's awesome, Miss Gail. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on another one. Okay, and so for this one, we're going to do something a little bit different. All right. So I'm just going to flip this around. And so we're going to work on this. I'm going to put a name. Maybe we'll put, I don't really know what I want to put there, actually. So let's put, we could do, who else do I want to do one for? I could do another class of 2027 or 2025. I could do a class of 2025. They would love that if I do a class of 2025. I could do that. I could. So let's say we did class of, I don't really want to do class of. What do I want to do, guys? Oh, first, let me do this first. So I'm going to go ahead. We're just going to right click and make this into a compound path, because if I ungroup this, you guys see how the straw opening is separate from the rest of it. Okay, so I want to go ahead and make that into a compound path. So now it's all together. I'm going to put, not Zalanda, Z for Zalanda. Oh, you're a hot mess. Let's put, I need me a new one too. So, let's do, I don't know. I don't know. We're just going to do class of 2027 again. So let's do class of, and I'm going to do, I don't really want it to be that small though, but it's going to be fine. So we're going to change this. I'm going to change the text to, let's change the text to, I think I want to change it to Chica. Let's see. Let me see which one I want. Not that one. So that one, you guys saw this one. You don't want to ever have a file like that or a font or anything like that, because having that cut with your laser, it's almost like putting that in a Cricut and cutting it. That would be a disaster. But if we did this one, we can certainly do this. I'm going to ungroup it. And then I am going to bring this over here. I'm just going to bring it over a little bit closer, right? And then I'm going to select all of that again, and then we're going to weld it together. And I'm welding it together because you see how each letter is overlapping. You can kind of see it better because of the outline. Well, we don't want that. So I'm going to right click, and then I'm going to weld it together. Now that it's welded together, you guys see it's two separate items, two separate parts. So that they can be together, I'm going to make that into a compound path. Now is my time. If I wanted to bring this over a little bit, I can. If I wanted to, you can bring it over. But I'm going to grab all of that. We're just going to make that into a compound path. And a compound path takes multiple things and makes it one. Okay? It makes it one. All right. So I'm just going to, I think I want to do, I don't want this one. Since I'm going to do this one, since I'm going to do another class of, and I'm going to do 2025 because class of 2025 was the first class to ask me to make them toppers. So, and I never did a class, I only did like individual toppers. I never did a class of 2025. So we're going to bring this up here. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to right click and make it into a compound path. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Let's make this, let's make it pink. I doubt that it's going to be pink, but all right, so we have this, and then I'm going to put this, I'm going to have this kind of sit on top of the acrylic, right? So that's how that's going to be. So if I look at this now, I just want to make sure that I'm not past that 3-inch limit, okay? Because if I am, then it's not going to fit into the top of our Stanley cup. Oh, I could do so good. I could. I'm going to do another one. I think I'm going to keep this one, or I could do so good. Now I'm trying to think if I have that SVG, because I could do, girl, look at you over here with the ideas. And we'll make it again. We'll make it on Friday when we're cutting lasers, where we're cutting acrylic. All right, I'm going to kind of stretch this out just a little bit. Now, I'm avoiding going beyond this point right here because we need it to be able to fit within that top, okay? And this top, it's not flat. It bulges out a little bit, okay? So you do have to be careful with that. All right, but that looks good. I think this is how we're going to cut it. I think this is how we're going to cut this. So now, because I have it like this, I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and we're going to weld this together. Let me move it up just a little bit. We're going to weld this together, okay? So I'm just going to select both, right click, and we're going to weld it together. And now we have one part. This is going to be one piece. I'm not going to layer anything on top of class up. It's just going to say class up. Now, I could have centered this over a little bit better, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be real good. It's going to be just perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do 2025. I already know who I'm going to have to make 2 of these. And the 2025 is going to go here. But we need to make sure that it fits onto the actual base of the topper. So I'm going to change the font. Let's change that font to, let me see what she could. Let's see. Of course, you can pick whichever font you want, but I would, I would steer clear of thin fonts, like super, super thin fonts. Where's she go? There she is. Let's see what Chica-Bowl looks like. We could go with that. That's not too bad. So I'm going to do this, right? And then I'm also going to reduce some of that character spacing. Just a little. I don't want too much. Maybe about right there. Okay, perfect. All right, so then we're going to just bring this here. I'm going to make it a little bit larger still. Not too much, because I think I want to put an offset. What do you guys think about putting an offset? Now, the one thing you have to be careful, you don't want anything to go over the opening of the straw, because if it does, then you won't be able to put your straw inside. Okay, you won't be able to put that straw inside. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to maybe put this right here. And then we're going to ungroup it. I'm going to make that into a compound path. That font's going to have to be fine. And then we're going to make another offset. Now, you don't have to make an offset if you don't want to, but I do like the layered look. So we're going to make another offset. My offset, I'm going to do another thinner offset. I know you guys can't see it, but if you look right here, you can see that red loop of the 5. I'm going to bring this down to a 0.04. And then we're going to see. And then now let's see. That should be fine. I'm going to make that black. It's going to be very thin. Oh, that's going to be perfect. I'm going to right click. All of that is already together because it was touching. So sometimes if you guys have seen me do offsets before and there's multiple parts to it, I'll group it together or make it into a compound path. This is already made into a compound path, the black outline, because it's all touching. Okay. So that's pretty much set. All right, now if we wanted to, let's say if you wanted to put another layer on top of class of, then we would have just made, moved it to the side, did another offset. But I think I like it like this better. So we're also going to bring in, let me reduce this some. I'm going to bring this over to the side. So we have our Z, which is done. And then we have this class of, I'm going to have to make a so good one too. I'm going to bring that over to the side. And then I'm going to just move these out of the way. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to bring in some hearts, just to put some hearts on top, just to engrave it on top of there. Now, I like to get like these doodles from Creative Fabrica. So like different clip art, like you can get and you can engrave it. You can even get other shapes and customize it for your own Stanley. You don't have to use the ones that are already provided. You can get other shapes that are custom for the Stanleys, okay? Now, let me see. All right, so we're going to bring in the SVGs. I think this is all of the hearts. Oh, that's a lot of hearts. So these are all of the hearts from that one file. What do I want to use? So maybe I'll just use just a few hearts, which I should have did like some lightning bolts, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Let's see if we can get a good look with the polka dots. And this one, I do like this one. All right. So I'm going to move these out of the way. And what we're going to use this for is to engrave. Okay. So I'm going to move this here. Kind of like how we have the name for the Mario. We're going to just do this like this. Uh-oh. I always go too fast. A little silhouette. All right. So I'm just going to make these smaller so that they fit onto the topper. And we're just going to place a few randomly around. So remember, we just layered this. This is now 3 layers. Okay, it's up to you what you want to do. Like once you start making these, if you want to make it. Our goal today is just to check the what you call it, the acrylic. But you can put hearts, you know, around however you want. I'm gonna put one right here, and it's gonna just engrave it. It's gonna be a little different. Let's make this a little bit bigger. Hey, Evie. Evie, you gotta get a Stanley Cup. But you don't have like these, like some of these, just get them. And I'm using a Stanley Cup now because that's what all of my kids have. Like they all are into the Stanley Cup. They're in their Stanley Cup era. But this would work on other tumblers as well. The ones you get from Five Below, Walmart. You could do this. You just have to make sure you have your own measurements. That's the only thing. Make sure you have all of your measurements, okay? So I'm just gonna put this here, and these are all gonna be for engraving. I'm gonna group them together or make them into a compound path so that, if y'all can't tell, that's like my favorite right there. All right, so we're gonna do that. So I'm just gonna select all the hearts, and we're gonna make these into, I think if I do it, it's gonna redo my circle. Let's see, make compound path. Okay, so that's perfect. All right, and then I'm just gonna change that color to, let's change it back to purple. Or change it to purple. Uh-oh. It's like my insides over here. Okay, those are purple too. Okay, they are. All right, so we're gonna save this, and then we're going to get ready to cut it because I don't want to be on too long, and I'm just removing the little fake outline. Oh no, Shay, don't head up there. All right, I'm gonna select all of this. We're gonna do a right click and we're gonna save this. So I'm gonna do save selection because I have a lot of other things on the screen. Save to hard drive, and we're going to save this as class of 2025 topper. Okay, we're just gonna do 2025 topper. And again, I'm saving this as an SVG. Okay, so we're gonna change the format to SVG. All right, so now we have our 2 toppers. I'm going to get ready to head over to the other computer because I don't have the software for WeCreat on here. I do have this. I can do it on the Glowforge Aura because I do have both out and up and running. So we'll see. Maybe we'll cut we'll cut with the WeCreat, and then we'll also cut with the Glowforge. All right, so I'm going to stop screen sharing. I'm going to head over to get this cut, and I'll open the Glowforge. Hopefully I won't blow a fuse. I gotta sign in. Hopefully I won't blow a fuse. All right, let's see. All right. Yep, that's me. All right, Yes, I'm just gonna send this over to the other computer and then we'll head there in a second. What's my name? Oh, I can send it right here. Now my WeCreate got kicked off of, like, I can't even get the Wi-Fi on. I thought because the antenna, something was wrong with the antenna in the back. I'm not really 100% sure. And I have not had time to investigate it. All right. So we'll get ready to go over there. I'm going to add, all right. I'm also going into the Glowforge screen right now. Let me share. Let's see. Share screen. All right, we're in the Glowforge app. All right. So this is the Glowforge app. We're going to do upload file. And then I'm going to select these. Let's do the 2025. I need to make 2 of them anyways. And Maria doesn't need another. She just needs 1. So we'll just do the 2025. And then, of course, you always need to make sure that your size is correct. And the size I've expanded the measurement, the size is correct. Okay. So I can go ahead and put in a piece of acrylic. I have this yellow acrylic here. Let me make sure. It says that it's offline. Let me connect the aura. It's still not. Let me make sure it's on. I gotta turn it on. All right, and then let me add my other stuff to the screen. Hold on. Let me turn Aurora on. Is she plugged in? She is on. She's coming on now. All right. So we have the other one on. Let me open up. I'm gonna make me smaller. Wrong one. All right. So I'm back here right now real quick though because my computer is over here. Well, my other computer is over here. And I don't have WeCreate, so I should have the WeCreate software open, but I don't. Sorry. All right. All right, I'm trying to see what color base I want. Um, let's see. Let's do Mario first. File. For Mario software. All right, did it come in at the right size? Okay, so it came in at the right size, but I don't know what colors I want to use with it. Let's go with teal, because her tumbler is like a red. Let's do teal. Yellow. Oh, that may not be cute. So for that base color, let's go with teal for her little flower. Okay, we'll do teal for the flower. So now I'm just putting this into the WeCreate. And make sure this is pushed back on stable burnt. And I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna initially do 3 passes of that teal. I need to refresh my screen. Refresh. All right, y'all. I should have had the other laptop on too, because I don't have it. I don't have the WeCreate software on this laptop. It's only on that. Okay, so we're all good. It's all in. I should have had it so you guys can see how that would go. I'm going to show in Glowforge. I'll show you how I'm breaking it down also in the WeCreate. I'll be able to show you guys that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this little flower. And we're using the teal color again. I'm telling y'all the same thing over. I'm a teacher, and my kids require repeated instructions, clarified instructions. It's just a habit. I'm sorry. All right, so we're gonna get ready to. The setting that I'm using is the black acrylic with. I'm gonna do 3 passes, and if it cuts out before the 3rd pass, it's fine because I'm gonna keep watching it. Now we're gonna do autofocus. We're gonna get ready to start it. All right. So now it's just focusing. You see what happens when it focuses? It's just focusing. All right, so now it should be ready to cut it. So we're going to count down. We're going to see how many cuts we're going to get. We're going to start it. Uh-oh. Cancel. And I need to hide the rest. Like just hide the or ignore the processing. All right, let's go back. Send it. And this is it's gonna take this about 5 minutes to cut it out. But that's also because I have three passes. Y'all probably can't hear me. So we're gonna just now that it's ready, I'm just gonna click the little blinking light here. And then we're gonna look and see it. So it's cutting, but it's not all the way through just yet. That one looks a little big. So this is the first pass. And it's gonna do now it's on to the second pass. That's the first pass. If you guys notice, nothing fell through. So it's still all intact. It didn't cut all the way through. We're gonna let it go one more time. But I think it needs 3 passes. I'm not making all this holding the camera like this. I was too lazy to do the overhead. So I think it's definitely going to need that third pass. But another indicator for us is going to be if that hole falls out. It needs one more. Now it's cutting here. You can kind of see now that light is all the way through. It looks like it has penetrated all the way through. But I forgot. I think I have like what you call it on the back of here. The 3M is on the back of here, I think. I don't want the 3M on the back. So I'm probably gonna cut it until it's clear. Acrylic. I think that's what's on the back of it. It might have only activated too. All right. So that cut through. I don't know if you guys could tell, but that little circle cut through all of it. And then it starts like looking up. Let me see if it's done processing. It's good to wait until the software tells you that it's complete. Complete. All right. So let's get it out. And it fell right out. Like it came right out. So it might have been good at 2 passes, but it came right out. Not bad cut. I think it looks good. Two passes might have been fine. Now the one thing I forgot to move it all the way over so that it wouldn't be this is 3M double-sided adhesive, and I don't really want that to be exposed, so I'm gonna like take it off, but I'm also gonna get another piece of acrylic, like a very thin piece of acrylic, and cut that out in the same shape and just layer it on top. But I'm not gonna do that tonight because we're only working with the diode. But this came out really good. Let's hopefully y'all can hear. This is where that Gorilla Tape comes in handy. I think I took it out of it. This is where the Gorilla Tape comes in handy, y'all. Where's my do have a little oh, there's my other reading tool. So it cut out really good. And I'll show you guys. Hold on. And then we're gonna cut out the other parts. Now I do want to try that like lilac color again to see if that will cut through. So let's see if that one will cut through for us. We'll see. So I'm just removing that protective mask on the front. And I'm gonna take my topper off here. Just so we can make sure it fits good. So put it here. So this, and if it's good. So that's how that would go. Okay. So let me go ahead. We're gonna cut out the rest of it, and then we're also gonna cut it out with the aura, the Glowforge. Okay. And then we just gotta put it together. All right, let me grab, let's try this with the shadow. It's a lighter color, like a lilac. We're gonna try that. I tried it before. You guys will see. I'm gonna upload a video on Patrice L where I was cutting the acrylic, but I want to see if I do 3 passes, if it will do it. So let's see. We'll try it. It won't. It doesn't hurt to test it out because then you'll know for certain. So again, this is the lilac color. See how light it is. So we're gonna see. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead. It's already loaded in the software here. And I'm gonna get it. One second, y'all. And do something. Let me grab what I want. That's so everything still came in separately. Even though I grouped that other parts together, it still came in separately. It's all good. We'll make it work. All right. So I need to just refresh the screen. And all right, it looks like it's already ready. I hope it cuts it good. We do a cut, 3 passes. Hopefully we'll cut that color. It's a very pretty color. All right. Autofocus, you always gotta autofocus. Let me see. Hold on, it's trying to get it right. I have it slightly more. 3 cuts. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go. All right. We'll see. Do you guys want to do more laser stuff? It's always fun. Evie, we have to do a redo since you have your sublimation ink and stuff for laser and sublimation. I was gonna try to sublimate my little elf tonight onto a piece, but we're only doing acrylic tonight. All right, you can start. And I hope that it cuts. Okay, this is only gonna take 3 minutes for this one. I hope that it cuts good. It cuts through. And the other one was kind of promising. It looks promising, y'all. it definitely looks more promising than like transparent. Those other cuts, those were cut with the P2. One more. Hopefully that will cut it all the way through. If I have that recently. The third one could be the third. I don't know if it might cut through. I can see the reflection through the bottom, so maybe it is cutting through. I don't know if you guys can see the reflection of the wafer through the bottom. But it might be cutting through. Okay, I think it might be cutting through. That's the third. It looks a little promising. It might have, I think it needed 3 for sure. Maybe 4. So this is one more. I think maybe 2 at this point was fine, but I'm not sure. I can't tell. So I can't tell from here if it cut through. Let's see. And that was 3 passes. Another thing when you're cutting acrylic, just know that acrylic does not smell all that good. So if you look here, maybe it needed 4 passes, but I should be able to pop this out. It might 4 passes might have been better. So you guys saw the back. So you could tell in the back that it was cut through. 3 passes worked good. You know, we didn't burn our acrylic. It did cut out. It didn't just fall out. You know, I like for the stuff to fall out, but that doesn't happen all the time. So we did what we could do. So it did cut out. One thing I can say, like my edges on my CO2 laser are a lot cleaner because it doesn't require so many passes. This requires like that. All right, so this is going to be the this is the shadow layer, the offset. Not bad. I did cut through it. Now I didn't. If you guys see the video that I had before, when I tried to cut out this bow, it didn't cut through. But I think I only did 2 passes here, and I should have did 3 passes. But you will need to clean your acrylic a little bit, in my opinion, after all those passes. I'm just taking this off. So now we have the second part of that. What's this thing called? Topper. And then I'm just going to use B7000 to put it together. There are several. If you guys read the other night, I think I talked a little bit about the different things that you can use. I'm just going to use B7000. It does need to sit and cure. All right. So we have this. Now this, we will just kind of like put it, we'll layer it like that. And then we have one more cut for this one. Does that one go like that? Yeah, that one goes like that. All right, we have one more cut, and I think I'm gonna go with. Maybe we'll do a black. Let's do. This one is super colorful. We use one of these. Oh, purple. Let's do purple. Let's do purple. We're gonna do purple on top. It's gonna be super colorful. She has like a pink color that's kind of similar to that lilac. Well, not really. It's a lot more pink. So we're gonna go here. So we're gonna use this purple. Hopefully that Z will fit on here. I don't usually get rid of my acrylic pieces because you just never know when when you need them. So we're gonna go with 3 passes. And we're gonna do it in grade. So let's see how it engraves. Refresh my screen. You see if you guys said anything. Hey, Kawanda, Mylene, Miss Evelyn Warner. Hey, PYD Life. Hey, Marta. All right, so we're going to do. All right, so I'm going to bring this over here. Stay up there. All right. This is somewhere that I need my mouse. I saw y'all. It is not. Nothing wants to move from me. All right, guys. Let's pause it. A little bit of a tad bit smaller. Oh, yeah, guys. I think I'm getting kind of like stuck on. All right. I cannot see anything the way I have it. All right. Where moving, y'all? Where moving? Breathe it down here. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. Like this. This is gonna be cut. We're gonna do 3 passes again. And if it cuts, if it does fine before then we won't. And then I'm going to do. I want a nice green. So it should be good. All right. Do autofocus. And then we're going to get ready to start it. We shall see. Awesome, Beverly Smith. All right, let's get ready. It's autofocusing up. I know why it's doing it. Probably then. So when you have multiple things on the screen, you have to ignore processing for the other things that are on the screen, even if you have it on the other side of the canvas. Do our but the Glowforge I'm going to do. They are cool. So it's a learning process. on lasers. Like you're gonna have to put in the work before, and then at the beginning, and then once you put that work in, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So I think maybe I'll cut this one. We're gonna cut with the WeCreat, and then the other one we'll cut with the 2025 with the Glowforge. Even though I still need to cut two. Evie, I found my little gnome. I think we get probably. It's taking a while to recognize. Okay. I'm gonna flip the material around because so with this, something that I've noticed, like on certain parts, like this purple wasn't detecting when it was trying to do the autofocus. So if you flip it, and it could be because of the lights in the machine and the glare on the material, when I flipped it onto the other side, then it will start to autofocus. It didn't start moving until I lifted it up, so I'm gonna have to redo that whole situation anyway. But that's something also for you guys to know. Like if it's not detecting the material, it could be may need to flip it onto the other side. Because this one is a little more glossy. This one is a little more glossy. So I'm going to flip it over. So we're going to do all that again. I just need to refresh it. But that's another thing to, for you guys just to know that sometimes, like, depending on the side, like that side is probably just too glossy. So I did a refresh. I'm going to bring this down. Make it bigger. Flip it. To autofocus. Now let's see this autofocus, how it does. It should do just fine now. This is what it does when it's autofocus. You guys see the red beam? It's measuring the thickness of the material, but it's doing it automatic. Like with some of the other lasers, you have to be the one responsible for that. Glowforge has gotten better, like the material that's not theirs, you still have to kind of try to figure it out. But for the most part, they have it figured out for you. I want to start. I'm going to send. And this is going to take about 4 minutes because it's going to engrave. So it should be engraving. I think I changed that cut. I hope I changed the cut. So now it's engraving. And so if I would have had a masking on it, I would have been able to fill that engraved area with like a paint. I still can. But here's where I should have had it like that. Since I can't see. This how you can engrave it. Now again, I do like to fill it with paint. I'm not gonna yeah, it is. I don't have any like have 3755. So now it's just gonna start to do the cut. Uh-oh. It's stuck in the middle. Somebody said that they had their stuck in the middle too. Yo, it literally stopped in the middle. Who said that they're stuck in the middle too? Let me see if I can pause it. Let me see. So it literally stopped in the middle. But it's still connected. This is the first time that this has happened to me. Let me see if I can stop it. Okay, so then now it's not good. It's going off track. So it started back and then it started going off track. So I'm gonna cancel. I don't know if you guys saw that. It started back and then it started going off track. Cancel. All right. So I canceled it. We can try it one more time. But I'm gonna bring it out so you guys can see what happens. So it started cutting. So it did the engrave. Just clean that off. It did the engrave, but then it started to cut. It wasn't penetrating the back, so of course we need more than one pass. But then when it started back, it just went in this area to go in a straight line. It didn't go back into the actual cut. So let's see. I'm gonna try it again to see if that's just like a thing or a fluke or. But when you have material like that, wastes your material. That's not good. Is that nobody has time to be wasting? Somebody said that the other day that it kept stopping in the middle of. If you're here, let me know if that was you. You said it kept stopping in the middle of your project. I'm gonna do it again. We're gonna see. Let's see. You see, I got everything built in. Everything looks right. Make sure my red. Let's see. Yep, that looks good. All right, let me go ahead. I'm gonna do another autofocus. Every time you gotta do autofocus, so I'm gonna do another autofocus, and then I'm going to start it again, and we'll see. I also want to cut out some red. We'll cut out a little bit of red, but we'll probably try to do the red with the Glowforge, even though it's not Glowforge 2. You can't cut it to Glowforge. All right, it's auto-focused. Let's click start. Let's see what happens. 4 minutes. Now that one part, because it's cut, because of how it is on that side, what I can do is that I can still use that. I would just cut it on from the other side, maybe with nothing. Let's see what happens. Change it, you can. Like, especially if it's not cutting correctly. Like, you can tell the laser how much power, how much speed, everything. Like, even though, like, I'm using the black acrylic settings for this, I still tell it, other things. Even, like, with the engraving, like, I wanted it to engrave a little bit deeper. Like, I didn't want to, kind of surface engrave. So I tell it that, too. No, maybe I haven't had Bell or Aurora have never done that before. Or even my P2 has never done that before. That was the first time that I've experienced it stopping like that. If it stops, usually it's me stopping it. But not with it stopping like that on its own. So it's back to engraving. Hey, Jesse. Just I pressed the button again, and then when I pressed the button again, that's when it started to do that weird thing. Let's see, Brad. Let's see. This is the part where it went south. We're coming close to it. And we're getting a little bit farther. All right. We made it past there a little. So now we have 2 more passes that we're going to do. So once that's done, we'll see. Let me see the Glowforge. And I have my. I need to get the material for it. I think we're going to do red, right? I want to try that new red. I'm going to try the sangria red. That sangria red with the teal. I don't know if y'all realize how much I love teal. Let me go look at it. Still cutting. So we're gonna try the red for our first pass with the. So what color can I do? Red and I have this yellow. I wanted to see the yellow, and then xTool had sent me this like red glittery one, and I'm like, y'all know this cannot be cut with that laser. I can cut it with the P2, but it can't cut with the diode. Red. Let me see what other color I got over here. Y'all know we have to cut a red for Delana because she needs to see that her red can be cut. See, I have a lot of other. I don't know what's gonna go good with red. Red is not my color. All right, I think it's done. All right. Look, that cut clean. That cut. I lifted it up. It cut clean. So here it is. I just get some water. Be careful, like cleaning off like alcohol and stuff, because that's must be bad. But for the most part, not bad. Now just put a little bit of water on it. So we'll put this together as soon as we're done with the one with the Glowforge. I'm gonna turn this one off. So as you guys see, you can cut acrylic. It's and honestly, it doesn't take that long. At least I don't think it took that long to cut it. And remember that was 3 layers. If you're doing something like this, you don't have to have 3 layers either. You can have less than that. It doesn't have to be 3 layers. All right, so I'm just gonna put this. This is the red. I think this is red. This acrylic is 1/8 of an inch. We're gonna do it's red. Let me see if my air filter is on. I haven't used this in so long. I wonder if it's on, y'all. Is it plugged in? Let me see. We might not be using the old Aurora because I can't get my filter on. I think it's plugged in. I think it comes on. Let's see if it comes on when I press, when I do the thing. But it's not coming on at all. And I thought it did. I thought. We may not be doing it with not the Aurora because I don't, my filter isn't acting, like it's not, generally it comes on automatically, but I haven't used it in so long, so I don't really know. All right, let me share my screen again. All right, let me share screen, entire screen, and share. I don't want to do it like that. Let's go full screen. You guys can see that good? Okay, that's better. All right. So now we're in the Glowforge app, and I'm going to see, I don't know whether or not this is going to do right. Okay, so we have, it's in the right size. Here I can see 2.883. I'm going to ungroup it. And then I'm going to move the different layers out of the way. So I'm going to move this on the side. And then this one right here, this is also going to go on the side. Everything else is going to be fine. So let me see. I want to put red. We're going to do red. Let's do medium acrylic. Now, I have a thin acrylic, but these are just with the Glowforge settings. So we're going to see if that's going to work. But I don't want to, I want that to be cut. So Glowforge, you kind of tell it what to do on the side. So right here, I'm going to tell it to cut. You can change that to cut. And the blue is naturally engraved. That's going to be engraved, that blue. All right, and then the 2025, that 2025, I'm going to change that to a cut. And then we're going to change, and this one is also a cut. So we only have one thing that's engraving. Okay, I don't know if y'all could see that. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's all we have to do for here. Let's click print. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. Hopefully it's still within the cutting parameters. Every little bit counts, y'all. But I hope that this, the filter starts to work. I hear the machine. The machine is moving, but the filter is not. I can hear it. But I don't hear my filter. Let me see if it's plugged in good. It'll be almost stuff I got plugged in here. Let's see what else I got plugged in, y'all. See the issue. Nope, nope, nope. All right, it's not plugging in. I'm trying to see why it's acting weird. Let me see. The one from the WeCreat is not big enough. Like the opening for the let me put this in here and see. Let's see. Okay, it does. Right, it's blinking. Guess I just gotta figure out how to use it again. Because I don't know. It's not coming. All right, guys. Oh, this is not gonna take. Does that say 18 minutes? Oh Lord, that's gonna be a long time. That's gonna be a long time. All right, let me see if I quick print. Print. Do it. Let me see. It's coming on. I think. Do you think I feel something? Usually I hear this thing going. Okay, we gotta go. Lord. All right, I'm gonna bring us back over. So we got about 17 minutes. Really, 755? So now it's in gravy. So hopefully this is going to be good. It's in gravy good. Now, that's a really, really, really good engraved off. A really, really good engraved. I'm going to go get up a paper towel to clean off some of this soot. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to you're a hot mess. It's a hot mess. I don't know even if you guys can see it engraved. Ladies 755. So I'm gonna add the other. I'm gonna move the computer over here. So these that I cut out before, I can use these for something else. Like I could, put something else on top of it because the size remains the same. So, but these are for a 14-ounce Stanley Cup tumbler. I did want to get a paper towel. All right, so while that's going, this is what I'm doing now. I'm just gonna glue this on here. I'll make myself a little bigger. All right. What color should I put the? We have a. We can do black. We got a few minutes to decide. So here we're gonna put this here, and I generally like to kind of like test it out, so I'll have an idea of where to put it and where not to put it. So that will go like that, and then I kind of have an idea of the amount of space that I have to put it on. So it's not bad. I'm just gonna have it go right underneath that circle, and then I'm gonna use B7000. For this, I don't really like to put the adhesive on the back, the double-sided, the 3mm, because parts of this isn't going to be on top of the flower. And so because of that, you'll have areas exposed that has that 3M on it, and anything can get under there, like dirt. It's not good. So I like to kind of just use the glue instead. And then I'll just kind of look to get an idea of where I need to put the glue. And it just goes on. So I'm just going to use the B7000. Again, I do feel like my cuts are a lot cleaner with the CO2 because it doesn't require so many passes of that laser. But it still gets done. All right. So then I'm going to take this down. I usually have my tweezers somewhere nearby, but I put them up. And then I'm just going to place this here where I want it to go. Just like that. All right. And then I'm going to get my glue. And I'm just going to glue the back of this layer. And a very thin line of glue goes a long way. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of it at all. And this is tough. So there is acrylic glue that you could use. But as of late, like when I was doing these, I like using the B7000 as a fine tip. Just pushing it down. Use your tweezers to do that. And then we're all done with this. And this one, you want to let it cure. If you're using the B6000 or B7000, you want to let it, cure and harden and really mesh. That would be the topper. Oh, that's a line. But see, that would be, the topper, and it'll go on top of the cup. But see how the glue, I need to make sure that I don't move it around too much. This would go on a 30-ounce or a 20-ounce tumbler. But the Glowforge or the WeCreat better. To be honest, like, and I say it all the time, The diode lasers aren't my favorite. I prefer a CO2 laser. I will take a CO2 laser over a diode laser anytime. The difference is that diode lasers are more economical. So in that case, like of course you would go with the diode laser, especially if you're on a budget, you know, you're getting started. Even if you're just getting started, if you can get a CO2 laser, like my first laser was a CO2 laser. So when I started using the diode lasers, my first diode laser was the xTool D1. And it was an open frame laser. I don't even think they make those like that anymore. Open frame laser. And I did it, but that wasn't my go-to. So I think that just kind of, you know, made me a little sour with diode lasers. But you can get things done with the diode laser. I'm gonna always pick the CO2 laser. So I'm gonna pick my Glowforge Pro, even though it doesn't have a rotary. Believe it or not, when I have things to do and I need to get it done quick, I go to my Glowforge Pro or the xTool P2. Those are the two that I like rely on the most as far as the lasers that I have. So just depends. The Aura is cute if you have a craft room and you know you're not really looking to do anything crazy, but you want to cut wood here and there, acrylic. You know, it does HTB, it does different things. Like then you could get that one. But if I'm gonna pick outside of those two diode lasers, the Aura, or the WeCreat, I would pick the WeCreat. Also because it can do it has the rotary attachment. Then when you look at those two, then you have to look at the xTool lasers too, the xTool diode lasers. I don't know, WeCreat came out of nowhere, but I actually love xTool lasers. Like their diode lasers are very, very good too. Like they're all good. The difference between the WeCreat diode laser and like an xTool laser is the fact that xTool, the WeCreat, it lifts, like it goes up and down. It does, it does those things as opposed to the xTool where you have to. I don't know if you have to now with some of the other diodes, the newer ones that they have at the X1, but you would have to like lift it up yourself. They had risers for you to rise it up. I wasn't a fan of that either. So that's, it's up to you. But over these two, as far as space and all of that, and like I just think it's a better looking machine. But you don't necessarily want to get a machine because it looks good. You want to get a machine that's going to work hard for you. I would go with the WeCreat. And also another reason why I would go with the WeCreat too is that the WeCreat is more powerful than the Glowforge Aura. So that's another reason why. Even the 20-watt WeCreat is more powerful than the Glowforge Aura. All right. So I'm gonna see if this is even gonna cut out because I forgot that the Glowforge Aura. Marilyn, how many? What is it? Is it like 7 or 8? It's not even a full 10. Not a full 10. Like it's cutting. It's doing something. I don't know if it's cutting through it though. I think you guys can see that though. You guys see it's cutting. I'm gonna make it bigger. I don't know if it's gonna cut all the way through. Hey, Tianda. SoCal Gal, if you get a CO2, you will not be disappointed. I promise you. And if you live in Cali, you probably won't have to do all the extra stuff that other people who live in cold weather states have to do with their lasers. It's a 6-watt. Right? So it looks like it's trying to do it though. I'm gonna compare the cuts and see if the Glowforge, if the cut lines are better on the Glowforge. We're gonna see right now. No worries, Marlene. I know it's a long answer. You know I can't do anything short. Looking good. The engrave on this is so nice, y'all. I'm gonna grab my tape. Brandon, what are you wondering about? For a hot mess. That's the Lockleaf cutter, the new one. The one that they had before, I never showed it on my channel because I did not like it. But this one, y'all, I'm a little bit. It's very lightweight. It gives me economic vibes. But after my second try, I cut out my flock. The first time it was ripping my flock. But the second cut, I was pleasantly surprised. And of course, the second cut it out just fine. And I wasn't recording. That was not. But yeah. So I think maybe it cut good fine. Maybe my second was too much. We're gonna see. I can't wait till this is going to be good. And Ray looks really good. Glowforge does make good machines, y'all. But unlimited. Nice, Michelle. Hi, Michelle. You see how much longer we have? So we have like a minute and 22 seconds left. We have two more pieces to cut out, but I don't know if I really want to cut those out right now because it's already 10:17. And tomorrow I'm a little bit tired today, and then tomorrow we have early release. We had early release today, y'all, but nobody was released early except the kids. I got less than a minute. Me and myself back. I'm gonna go from. It looks good to me though. Thank you, Michelle. I wore this to work today. It says, look, y'all, it says Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays. With my cowboy hat and my cowboy shoes. I was really feeling it today. Now she's putting the wrong with them. So I put it one pass, two pass. Let's see how many passes it goes. Two passes. So three passes. All right, so that took three passes. That actually looks pretty good, y'all. Let's hope. Do y'all think that it cut all the way through? Look at it. Do y'all think it cut all the way through? Let me see when it's gonna tell me to lift it up. So what Glowforge does is it tells you when you can lift the machine. Evie, they did love my outfit. They did. I was surprised. I just knew they were gonna say I was corny. Let's see what happens, y'all. See if it cuts through. Okay, look at our little dot stay back. That is the red. And it cut all the way through. Look, y'all, it cut so good. All the pieces cut really good. Even these thinner pieces that can be a headache. Like rose cut. Listen, it's hard. I want you guys to see like this cut has the same amount of passes as the WeCreat did. But I honestly think that this is a clear cut. It's a clear cut than the WeCreat did. And it cut three passes just like the WeCreat. And this is a 6 watt. And the WeCreat is a I'm gonna remove this way. The WeCreat is a my WeCreat, that one is a 20 watt. This is a 6 watt, and I feel like the cut is definitely a lot cleaner, a lot smoother cut than what the WeCreat did. So I'm gonna get the tape. That's Merely, you want to come on and we can do a science project about it? We can do a science project about it. 755, it looks really clean. It does. So generally, before I go, like, I would like if I wanted to paint inside of those engraved areas, I would do it now before I take the paper masking off. But I'm not gonna do it. You guys know what? I could just go with the yellow on top because this red almost looks burgundy-ish. It almost looks burgundy. The science of the cut. Yes, we certainly can, Marilyn. We certainly can. So, it looks good. You know what I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go with the yellow because that would be our full colors. Like the shadow could be with yellow, and I made do like the 2025 in this color again, like to sit on top. But so here I will just use my. So you see that the paper is stuck in the hearts. But y'all, it looks really good. I'm gonna use the yellow. Since we're here, we might as well get it done. We might as well finish, guys. We might as well finish. Let me put the yellow. Let's see if it cuts the yellow. Now, I don't know how it's gonna cut the yellow. That I don't know. This yellow, I think it's a WeCreat yellow. Not WeCreat, yellow. Let me see. Hopefully, it's not. So if you're getting into embroidery, if you're getting into lasers, another thing with the xTool, it automatically refreshes the screen for you. Anytime you open up that top part, it automatically does it for you. Let's see. I'm gonna do a cut that is gonna be medium yellow. Let's do medium. Medium black. Just because, and that's cut. Let's see how long this is gonna take. But that's one thing. Like Glowforge makes it very, very easy for beginners. Like super duper easy for beginners. That's the one thing I do like about Glowforge. Now it's very clean. Okay, so we're gonna get ready and preparing for print. And then I'll show you guys this up close. And the same thing with the Glowforge. Like I'm doing the custom settings for like different material that's close to their material, but you can adjust it too. It says I'm in the fast lane. That's what it says. I do subscribe to the Glowforge software. All right, let's see. I'm gonna watch this one because I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether or not it will cut it or what. I can't tell from here. It looks like it is. But I can't tell. So we'll see. But this actually came out really good. Oh, I was gonna add you guys on. I can't tell if that's cutting. But you see how this one looks? This looks really good. You see the engrave on it? So before you take the paper off, you can fill it in with like white or black, whatever you want to put there. You can fill it in with that. But yeah, there's a little piece there. But see how the edges look so much better. I'm going to show you guys the WeCreat so you can see those edges better and cleaner. I don't know if you guys can really see that good. You guys see? Can you see? Look at the teal. You see how the teal looks a little bit, not all that smooth. Like you would probably need to go and just, it doesn't feel bad, but it doesn't look as nice and clear as that one. I don't know if y'all can tell. You got to see it in person. But that is the difference. A nice, cleaner cut, I think. Y'all, acrylic stinks so bad. Thanks, Miss Merlin. Miss Merlin, are you ready to make one? Thank you, Gina. And DB. I did, Evelyn. Thank you, Miss Leslie Cash, Tips, and Donzel. Thank you, DB. Yes, it came out really good. And this one, it's cute. It'll go in a cup just like so. It actually looks good on my cup. But it came out good. I'm going to just let it. I'm going to take it off. I want to put my own topper on my cup. A little weird, guys. A little weird. But it came out really good. So with something like this, you can change the thickness of the acrylic. Like you don't have to use all the same, thickness size acrylic. You can use a smaller acrylic, a thinner acrylic. All right, this is gonna go. So this is one that I made. I didn't even glue mine together because I was gonna put something else on here. But just that you can do something like that if you want. You can do all types of things. Whatever you want to do, that's what you can do. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, that's all that matters. It did. It fit perfectly. So you can make, if you have a laser, this is a way that you can even make money. These things are selling like people, even like, let's say how it's Christmas now. People want Christmas themed toppers or maybe a New Year themed topper. Like you can do so much with it. Thanks, Jennifer. I'm just gonna let y'all know that acrylic stinks. Acrylic stinks. All right, I should have cut it all out at the same time, but I was thinking of using like a different color, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the I could use black, but I think I'm just gonna have, because it looks kind of maroon. That color looks like a maroon color, which would be good for my kids. It doesn't look like this is cutting through. Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't look like it's cutting through, but we'll see. We'll see. It could be. It could be cutting through. I just can't tell. Which one, Evie? Which clip? Oh, it is pretty. So that one, I had to cut that one with the P2. It's pretty. Upper. Yes, Tanya, I did. The one that we're doing now, I did it in silhouette like at the beginning of the live though. Evie, so the place here where I get my acrylic from Cerulean Ties, they have like a UV print on the wood, so you can have like custom wood. So I'm like, is that safe? Like, is that dangerous? They're like, yeah, like that's what we do. I'm like, okay, just checking. Just want to know. That's all. Y'all, this yellow stinks so bad. It stinks. Cutting acrylic is look. The other two. Jennifer, I missed the. Hey, Patricia. I'm just getting this ready for this. It's done. Let's see. Let's hope. You guys can see them over here. Let's see. It's ready. Wow. It doesn't look like it. Nope. It did not even penetrate the back. So oh, you guys can. I'm thinking that maybe it may need more. It might need, because it didn't do like the other ones. Like it actually looked like it cut through. See how it looked? It looked like it was going, but it might have needed like even more passes. So I can feel it in the back. I think I want to give it like another go. Even though I was going to sleep, I think I want to give it another go. What settings up have it on? Let me do, because it cut through. I could see it. It didn't do like the other ones that don't cut through. Let me see. Medium. Let me see. I want to do it again. Let me see. Power, how many passes? I want to change it. I think it will. I know now we're getting too technical. Can you go over the marking paper again? Yeah, so that's for like if you're marking on like steel, or if you're marking on like glass. Like that's what it does. Like the laser is just literally marking the material with the paper. I'll show you guys. I'm just trying to see. I want to do. But that one's just not. I wonder if it did like three. I thought it was doing three passes, but maybe it didn't. Maybe I'm gonna have to use the other machine to type it. That one. Um, manual. We go to manual. All of that is the same. I really want to do. Let me try the yellow again. I know the lid is open. Let me refresh this. I'm gonna try the yellow again and see if that will work. Yeah. Thank you, Levy. Yeah, just the CO2 laser will. I don't know if this is gonna work good. I'm gonna go with 2 passes. 2, 3. Let's see. I'm gonna have to watch it. I'm gonna try to do 3 passes. It looks promising. That's why I want to give up because better than that type of thing like that. Where's the marking stuff? All right, so we're gonna try it again. So this is marking paper. They also have like spray that you can spray it, Surmark. And when you spray it, what happens? You let it dry. This is like water slide. That's the material. I think I did. Oh, let's see, y'all. I'm not beyond trying to line it back up to fit perfectly. I am definitely not beyond that. Which y'all didn't know. I will try to line something up in a minute. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm trying to line it up. All right, we're gonna go for it. We are going to go for lining it up. It doesn't work, it just doesn't work. So you treat this like water slide. Put it in the water, it'll come up, and then you slide it. Same way you do water slide onto like a glass or a metal piece, and then you just engrave on top of it. All right, let's see, y'all. It says we're in the fast lane, but I don't really know. The red cut out so pretty. Cut out so good. Well, what is it cutting? Why did it say 49 seconds? It didn't take 49 seconds. Oh, I don't know why it's telling me this. What time? Oh, it's about time for us to go to bed. It's been fun. We got one topper done. In almost 3 hours, we got one topper done. That's about all we're gonna have done. Oh, let me show you guys this one. So this is how this one will fit, but this is why you got to make sure you know like how much space is there. This one looks so good, y'all. It really looks good. This color is nice. It looks really good. All right, let me see if I can get this done. Ungroup. I just brought it back in. I really want to do it. Well, I want to do it this one, but I can't. It's gonna be fine. Let's see. This is gonna be a cut. That's great. We're gonna see what the yellow does. Also, all right, let's see. It's still saying 49 seconds. Why is that 49 seconds? The other one was so much longer. Let me see. Or maybe because I'm not engraving. That could be why. Let me see. Because the engrave does take the most time, but I'm gonna go medium red. I chose medium black the last time. Exactly, Jesse. One is better than nothing. Jesse, you know what? You always have something profound to say all the time. All the time, Jesse. And all right, we're gonna go with the red. We're gonna see this may cut it. And I appreciate it. That's like 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes for that one, 9 minutes for the other one. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Let me press start. Let's see. So I changed the settings. I didn't even do it for 11. I did it for red. For yellow, I did it for red. Because it looks like it can cut through. That's the only reason why I can't give up if it looks like it could do it. I just can't. So, all right, so Friday night we're going to be lasering again. Friday night, more acrylic stuff. Maybe I'll do another type of project too. The Glowforge Pro, I think is 40, 50, 60. Let me look it up. I forgot. $45. 45 watts. And then the Plus is also 45 watts, I think, too. The Glowforge Pro, the difference between that and the other ones mostly is that it has the pass-through tray, so I can engrave or cut on longer pieces of items. So that's one of the positives. So, yeah. Oh, Eileen. No worries. But I do like it. It looks cute. But it works. It works well. I love my Glowforge. I don't know if it's because it's my very first laser that I had, but I love it. I thought that they made learning how to use it very easy. The Glowforge forum is really like helpful. They have it online. Yeah, and that's the machine that I purchased. But I still like it. Like I think it's great. So it just can't do tumblers. So yeah. Oh, Marilyn and Eileen, y'all are hot mess. I can't believe it's already 11 o'clock, but I can't. I gotta finish this next. And I had to use the Glowforge Aura because Nomi was like, "Yay, we're using Glowforge tonight. Maybe we'll do a live where I use Bell. We haven't used Bell on live in so long, but Bell does get used often. Bell does get used. This one is gonna be so cute, though. It's gonna be super cute. Oh, but she just gonna have to plan it a little bit. My other's a little bit too touchy right there, but it's gonna be fine. She gonna get it through. It's gonna be fine. I'll shave it down just a little bit. She just needs like that little bit on the top to shave down just a little. Let me go check it out and see how many more minutes we have left. We have about 4 more minutes left. We'll see. Yes. Noni, yes. Yes. Unbox it. You might as well unbox it. You can't take it back now. Okay, it looks okay. It looks like that's a progress, y'all. It looks like it's cut through. So I ended up using the red acrylic setting for it. So it cut it through. It looks like I think it's already cut through, but I'm not gonna cut through. I think it's already cut through, but and then I'll cut out the other one, and then we're gonna be done. This one looks so cute, and then we'll put 5 on it. You got the Glowforge. Andrea, I got the Glowforge in 2021. In 2021. Belle is almost 4 years old. Yes, Andrea, with my blonde signature braids. I miss them. I need to get them again. Nomi, you gotta take out your oil. Matter of fact, when's your next time off where you're free and you're gonna be in your craft room? You wanna craft with me and use your aura? Let me know. We could totally make that a thing because you've had that forever. And yeah, the fact that you have all these unopened boxes, girl. Uh-uh. You just need to get you some material, get you some I would say get proof grade material first, but you don't have to. But get you some material. Let me go look at this to make sure we're still in good shape. Yeah, I think it's already cut through. I think it's already cut through, but I'm gonna let it keep going. Oh, it's cut through. I'm gonna let it keep going. I'm gonna let it keep going. Is that yes for me, Noni? Is that yes for me? If it is, tell me when. You know I like to nail things down. You know that. Hold on. All right. Sorry, guys. Had to send out an alert. Then, yeah, okay. Okay. Let's get our date together. Girl. Let's get our we need to get our date together. I'm prepared. I'll behave. All right, y'all. We should be ready now. Let's see. Let's hope it comes out. How is it supposed to? I'm going to try. All right. Do you guys think it cut out? It did. It did. It cut. It cut. It cut. I'm gonna put the other one in so that we can get ready to go. Because I have to finish it. All right. I just gotta wait for y'all. So the see how the settings, like you have to play around with the settings. You have to play around with it. You have to. You don't really want glossy, like super glossy acrylic. So I think that kind of like throws off the machine being able to like read it and see it and stuff. But all right, we're gonna do this again. Then you go to print. Then on cut. Yep. Let me see how long this is gonna be. I'm so happy that this cut out. I know your reading tools come in handy for so many different things. I'm gonna see. It should be like a plastic coating on top of here too. We're gonna see. It's still like doing the registration and everything. Oh, now this one to take 10 minutes. What time is it? All right, we'll be done by 11:15. Let's go. Let's let's get this started. I was gonna bring Belle back here, and then I was just like, yeah, no. Belle deserves her own space. She's had to deal with so much, and she had to deal with all these new toys coming in, and I don't even think she's all that happy about it. All right, let me see. I think it's the oh Jessie. Maybe there, I think that there is some plastic on here. Let's see. I cannot. I think there's like clear plastic. I know there's clear plastic right here. Let me get mine. But another thing, like maybe you want to take the plastic off. Like if it's like plastic, clear plastic, maybe you want to take that off first. Because that laser will melt your plastic. There's plastic on here. So it's just hard for it to come off because the laser will melt it. But this does provide, like this particular plastic on top provides a little bit of protection. And then it's not like it looks more matte, but it's not. It's like you can't tell it's more glossy. So one side looks matte, and then the other side. That's when the plastic is off. Okay. Thanks, Barb. See, this yellow is actually not that thick. It's not really. I don't think it's even as thick as this. Maybe it just don't look like it. The cut is still pretty good. Like it's a nice cut, very nice and clean. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put the. See, it's gonna go like this, and then I'm putting like another layer of the same burgundy on top. This actually, like this could have just been like this. I didn't even have to put that the other layer on top. I could have just left it just like this. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna use the same glue. And we're going to put a very nice thin layer. Okay, now let's put this right here. Now, another thing that I like to do when I'm doing any project that I have to layer, I like to score the layer underneath just so I'll know how to place them, where exactly to place it. I didn't do that this time, but that is just, in case you're not feeling very comfortable with this part of it, you can do that. So I really don't need the top letters because you can still see the 25. This was the offset. Looks pretty good to me. But I'm gonna still do the third layer. Now depending on like if you decide to sell these or not, one or two layers may be perfect for you. You may not want to go, doing 3 or 4 layers because that increases the cost. Yes, Jennifer. This is it is. It should be waterproof. I mean, double check. Yeah. They don't say, but it should. I always use it for everything. And you can wash. Like I use it on tumblers too. Yeah, it's waterproof. Waterproof, low odor, shock resistant, strong tub. It's B7000. And I like this too because it has like the thin. It's a very thin tip. It looks thicker now because I have like some glue build up there, but it's thin. I like it. And then this keeps it open so that it doesn't dry out on me. It's like a metal. That's metal. Let me clean this off. See, it's metal. Oh, it's still on here. So it keeps it, from fogging. If I put it in right, there you go. There you go. Thanks, baby. All right, we got like 4 more minutes, and then we're gonna be done for the night. Oh, I had a great time playing around with the lasers. Looking for laser stuff. We'll do definitely with no me. Even I still have to do the we're gonna do sublimation and laser with the UV sub since Evie has her sublimation printer up. And then Nomi has we're gonna do a Glowforge night with Nomi with the aura. I might do it in the other room with Belle. And then the London Eye on Friday we're gonna be putting more acrylic. So let's see what other projects we can do. We gotta get a so good topper. It's gonna be great. Yes, it does hold well, Mylene, especially like with the tumblers with the flatback stones. It holds really well. Thanks, Randria. Awesome, Jennifer. We're almost done. We got like 3 more minutes, and then that's it. And tomorrow we have midterm for the rest of the week, but we only have 2 class periods, and then we have like other stuff to do. Make sure grades are in and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Almost done. I did not think we were going to be here for this long, but that's what happens. Like when you design, like we literally did everything from like the start, like designing the stuff, talking about the acrylic, the diode laser, the CO2 laser. The time just flies. It starts to look quick. This one's looking so good. I like this one too. I think I should have maybe put the Z is a little weird shape. You see how because on this side I don't like so much of that space there. But the way the Z is, that's to put maybe like a smaller flower there. That might have been cute. I would put like a smaller flower or like another piece of acrylic shaped like a flower. That probably would have been cute. I don't know. I'll see how I feel when we get off. So January 7th. We go back on the 6th, I think. Either the 6th or the 7th. I think the 6th is a Monday. I think we go back on that Monday. If I remember correctly. Yeah, the 6th. We go back on the 6th. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I hope everybody is doing great. So the green box design, if you're here, the green box design, I cut it out and I actually cut that out with the new lock leaf. The first part was a disaster. Okay. And then the second time I cut out the last part, it cut out fine. I was so shocked. Like I increased the pressure, but it is slow. It's slower than like the Leonardo or the Romeo. But if you are, on a budget and you just want a cutter or you need an extra cutter for certain things, then it's not bad, but it is slower. But it cut out my flop. Like that's the first thing I tried with it. And I cut out the flop line. I was looking to see if I saw the template, but I must have put it up for you. So the template says thriving or thriving and high fiving. And that means that, like for me, I want 2025 to be a year that everybody thrives. But while you're thriving, don't forget to congratulate others. Don't forget to support others. That's where the high fiving is. So you're going to be thriving. And it's okay for other people to thrive. And it's okay for you to celebrate other people's success. And it's okay for you to help other people. That's what 2025, I want 2025 to be for me. So that's the green box design. Thriving and surviving. Kind of sounds like scratching and surviving, but it's thriving and high fiving. That's what it is. So hopefully 2025 will be like that all year. It's almost time. It said that I made something magical. No, me. You know me. Yes, Sonia. Thank you. Let's get. We're done. I'm done. I'm done. Yep. And this cut out this fill out all the other letters fill out except the first two. So that means we're in good shape, y'all. We're in great shape. It's all. It's we're all done. So we're just gonna put the two like these all cut out beautifully with uh with Aurora. Oh, not it's. Oh, I thought it came back on. I was about to say, not it's coming back on. Why is it coming back on? Really, Jesse? Really? Jesse, you were funny. Jesse said he started my bell situation. Jesse, I'm sorry. I don't know why the bell does that. It could be because of me and my settings. But Jesse. I cannot. All right, we're almost done, y'all. This has been a late Tuesday night, but it's been worth it. At least I think it's been worth it. All right, we're gonna glue these together, and then we're gonna be done for the night. All right. Nope, that one didn't come off good, but I'm gonna have to use my little fingers to hit it. Now that one came off. Almost. There you go. All right. All right, let's go ahead. We're gonna get ready to glue this down. And then we're gonna be done. I know that's pretty sad that my bell never works right. I don't know what is going on all year. Longer than that. This is where tweezers come in handy. Oh, this is cute. Oh, this is cute. I gotta put this one on the right way. The O is a little bit weird, or the 0. I don't remember what kids are coming to me tomorrow. The testing. Y'all, this is super cute. I should have filled it in white though, like the areas that I engraved. I'm gonna show y'all. I wish I would have did it in white. I think that would be a lot better. But it's gonna be just fine. Watch. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it's a noise cancellation. I don't know on this computer or I don't know. I don't know if the settings are still the same or what. Because one of the computers you can hear it on when I'm on that one. I thought it was this one that you could hear it on my laptop. I know for certain I have it on here. And it's like when I don't have it on, it's an echo. Oh, this is cute. He's gonna write this. But I'm gonna have to shave a little bit off of that F. Just a little. If I would have pushed, like, moved the F over a little bit more, it would have been fine. I don't want to force it on the cup now. So this is the class of 2025 topper. And it looks super cute. I love the top part, like where how class is on top of this. You just have to make sure that it's less than whatever the circumference is of the top, like this whole part, so it can fit inside. But it looks really good. Now, what would have looked better is if I could have cut out like some gold mirrored acrylic for that offset. That would have looked really good. But this looks good. Look at the engraving. So what I was saying, like I would have preferred to have like the engraved area filled with white acrylic paint. But again, so you guys know they do have acrylic that has a different color on the inside. So some acrylic, like I told you guys earlier, maybe gold on the outside, black on the inside, black on the outside, red on the inside when it's engraved. So you can look out for those. Like I did pick up some a magnet from Cerulean Ties that's kind of similar to that. So, but super cute. And then this is the one for I love Mario. But here, remember, I'm going to have to fix this one because this has the 3M on the back right here. And I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut something out right now with the P2. But that look came out really good. So when she's drinking her cup, it's going to be faced this way. And so her name will be going in the right direction. So that's what I wanted. Like it'll be in the right area. But that's it. It's been fun. These make really, really good gifts. And these are big sellers. Like these are trending right now. Like all this stuff with the Stanley Cup and all that stuff like that. Like that's all trending stuff. Like if you have a 3D printer, you could 3D print some of these too. So yeah. All right, y'all. I love you guys. It's been fun. Again, happy holidays. It's been fun. Happy holidays. When I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to get this. Like, this is perfect. Like, I cannot wait to wear it. So, I got a chance to wear it, got a chance to hang out with y'all, and got a chance to do a little bit of laser ring. So, it only took 3 hours. I love you guys. Have a great, great, great rest of your week. Don't forget, Delonda will be on tomorrow night for Romeo Wednesday. Thursday night, Marilyn will be on. And Friday night, I will be on again for Crafts and Combos with Delonda. We're going to be doing more lasering. And I don't know when we're doing so good, Saturday or Sunday, but either day or either way, make sure you have your notifications on. We will be over on Delonda's channel. And then Sunday, Edie will be on. I don't know if you guys saw Angel B last night, but she showed some of the new stones and she did. Go watch her live. That shirt was beautiful. It was beautiful. Don't forget, this week people may be feeling a little bit anxious. The holiday is next week. Kids are going to be home with their parents and or maybe home alone. Parents still have to work, still have to provide, still have to do what they have to do, or some may not be in good situations. You just never know. You never know anything because people only tell you so much. You can't tell somebody's story or know somebody's story by just looking at them and their outward appearance or their success that you see on the outside. You just never know. So please don't forget to be kind to people, especially now during this time. Like any time, be kind all the time, but definitely be a little more loving, be a little more patient with people because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what feelings people are having right now. If they're missing somebody that they absolutely adored, their favorite person, their person might not be here anymore. And it may be hard. So please remember to love on people, be kind, be patient. If you have anything to spare for people who may be in need. Please help them out as much as possible. And it may not even be monetary. Maybe you may need a call, a visit, a kind word, or a smile. I love you guys. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys on Friday. Until next time, y'all. I love you. Later.